Welcome to TERRA at Home with your host, Kris Moretti.
Good morning and welcome to TERRA at Home. The heat and sunshine have arrived and it's time to freshen up the front entrance for a fabulous new look. I'm joined by Amii Dominato, the Regional Greenhouse Manager here at TERRA. And Amii, containers are one of your specialties.
Yes, it's my most favorite thing to do.
Amii makes dynamic and interesting container combinations. So this morning, Amii, I'd like to pick your brain about sensational combinations for summer and how to use them with different types of containers.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to start off with this one, which is sort of a relatively traditional, I would say, look, but with bright pops of color. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, I consider this one to be more of a smaller space. It could be in a big space, but for people who want to get color onto a small balcony or patio or something like that, and you're trying to actually get herbs and color and everything into one pot. So I've chosen an orange pot here and then complemented it with some of the orange flowers. And I've also even chosen to take some perennial plant material like a heuchera and put that into it, just for interesting texture.
So you've got a wide range of plant material here, but one can see that you're working with sort of a very cohesive color scheme.
Yes.
How do you make that work?
The big thing is looking at bringing the color from the top right down to the bottom of your planter. So this being orange, I chose to use orange flowers. The burgundy complements an orange great, so I've just tried to pull that right through to the base of the planter. And I've picked a color I like. Orange is my favorite color, so I picked that.
And you've got beautiful pops of a nice vibrant green.
Yes.
You mentioned you're using herbs. Now this is a big trend this season, mixing edibles with ornamentals.
Yes, it is. Because in a lot of smaller spaces, you don't have a garden. You don't have somewhere that you could actually have herb gardens set. So combining them with your annuals is a great way to have that element in your garden. So.
And for many people, you think of an edible garden, a vegetable garden, stylish and chic really aren't the first things that come to mind, but this is certainly proving otherwise. When you combine them into a color scheme, they can look quite stunning.
Yeah, I've even got some basil here, some rosemary in that one, so it's something that I can have it and I can use it too. So
I think another thing that makes this planter work so well is a range of height. Different heights, different textures all working together. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we call it our filler spiller. So the canna lily here is going to get tall with a big exciting flower on it. So that's our thriller in the planter, and then we use some of the color and body and color our filler, and then our trailing here. So
stunning.
Spill out of the container. And I've even given it a little partner here with the purple basil, so it sort of ties all in, and it's something you can have in different areas of your garden.
Beautiful. Let's move on to this next one here. I love this container. I love the palm as an accent.
Yes.
So with this one we're going a slightly more contemporary edge, but it's still relatively traditional.
It's traditional, and it's got the tropical look to it. So that's what a lot of people like right now, is the tropical look, especially if you've got a pool or a patio, even a front entrance. These framed on a front door would be beautiful.
So rather than just working with traditional annuals, perhaps in a mix, we're getting a real wow factor with big bold foliage and tropical plants, like you said, to add a real flair to the garden.
Yes, yeah. The croton here is a great color, and you can pull it out with the different reds and things. So people really like this look, and it's just learning how to use it properly and where it suits your house the most. So
let's talk about our thriller in this instance, the Majesty Palm, and how well suited that is for a container.
They're great for containers, and actually they're really great because you can bring it in and out. So you can have it outside on your patio for the summer months and bring it right inside for the winter months. But they do great if you give it a slightly bigger container, some nice room to spread out, and they don't overgrow your other plants. So they're great that way. I can add all these other colors, and the palm is going to stay more or less what it is for me for the summer. So I'm getting my instant look now, and I'll get it through the whole summer.
Fantastic. So in addition to some tropical flair with the palm, you've got crotons, like you mentioned, which really sort of set your color scheme. They've got various different colors, and then you can choose to use those elements and bring them out through the rest of the planter.
Yeah, exactly. So they've got the nice red edge, so I've used the red flower here, and then I've also chosen this flower here, the Biddens. It's just a nice trailing annual, but it gives you nice big bold yellow color for the whole season, and so that'll pull my yellow right down in my container.
So again, we're using that technique that you mentioned, using that color scheme from top to bottom.
Yes, exactly. So when I plant pretty full, so I like to get that instant gratification. So this will fill out and become huge for the summer, but I'm getting it right now and I'm getting that look.
Even, yeah, exactly. When you pack them in right away, you've got a real instant appeal, instant show in a container, which is really one of the main reasons we want containers.
Yes, exactly. So
beautiful. So we've taken both tropical flair and traditional annuals like Biddens and geranium, and we've got something spectacular as a result.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our third planter,
Sure.
which is really showcasing the utmost in style as far as a contemporary look is concerned. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, this is something that people want outside their home, but they don't know how to achieve it. They have a more modern home, or more clean lines, and how do you get that look without going a little too crazy? So I've chosen a very contemporary black pot. This is something that's quickly replacing the traditional black urn in a lot of homes when we do have a more modern home. So I've chosen that, and then I've gone all green, which is a more unusual thing to do. So I put in some different grasses. This annual purple fountain grass is going to get nice with a big airy plume in behind this accent that I put in. And then I've also chosen a grass with some color so that I get a modern look, but I also have a pop of color. So I chose this one. It's going to get a little pink plume on it. And then I brought the container down with an ivy that will trail down so that I've got a nice proportion. It's always important to keep your container and your heights very proportionate. Okay. So we always say 1 to 1.5 times the height of your container. So the grasses didn't get me that, but the accent certainly did. So
now adding an element of hardware or something interesting that adds a real visual punch and a focal point in the planter. It doesn't have to be made of plant material. It can be something like this.
Well, exactly, and you get that use year after year. So I can use this year after year. I could change it and put a vine on it for the next year so the vine climbed it. I could also choose things like lanterns or picks, butterflies, things like that. Depending on what my home looks like and what my character is and what I want, I can change it up. So this one's a really neat modern element, and you could have it in pairs on either side of a front door or as a standalone.
Now, as part of making it a modern planter, of course we start with the planter itself and how sleek and contemporary it is, but I think the plant material choices themselves really echo that and suit the container. So how do you choose the right plants for the container?
The container, for instance, this one here, because it was a tall, rectangular, straight line container, I chose a plant that was going to bring the height up and keep clean lines for me. So if I had done, for instance, a small little round shape, say shrub in here, I wouldn't necessarily get that look. I might get a flowier one that is going to give me and bring the line up. So it's really important, if your container's more round, you're picking the right proportion and the right shape of plant.
And who knew grass could be so exciting?
Yes.
It's not just green, and we've got all sorts of different colors, and that's something else to consider. Color, not just from flower, but you can get it from foliage too.
Foliage and texture, I always say. Working with different textures and different foliages can give you a really exciting look. And something like this is going to take you through right from the day you put it on your front porch right through till fall, Christmas time. So you're going to be pulling this out to put greens in, but this will give you a great look through fall.
For success with any of your containers, of course, they need food. We're going to feed them regularly with a container fertilizer. And of course, once you're planted, make sure to keep them well watered for continued success. Thank you so much, Amii.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Coming up after the break, more ways to enjoy the summer sun and TERRA at home.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.
When we first bought the house, the lawn was nothing but brown. So I called my father-in-law. He's really good with the lawn. He knows exactly what to do.
Well, I told him, you're Scott's turf builder. He said, well, I got this other stuff. And I told him, take it back to the store. But some brands have filler, like sand and gravel, stuff you don't want on your lawn. Scott's turf builder is pure food. Every granule's 100% nutrition. You get what you pay for every time. You see what happens, Tim, when you listen to your father-in-law?
All food, no filler. That's the Scott's advantage.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home, where I'm now joined by Natalie Ravoy and her amazing truck, Cupcake Diner. Thank you so much for being with us,
Thanks
Natalie.
for having us.
This is an amazing concept that you've pioneered here in the Hamilton area. Tell us about Cupcake Diner.
Well, a Cupcake Diner is Canada's first mobile cupcake shop. So we're the first to do this in Canada, and we're very, very excited. The gourmet food truck craze is quite present in hip parts of the States, but we're yet to see that here in Canada, so we're just ecstatic to be here in Hamilton.
So you're starting the trend right here at home.
Yes, you got it. Yeah, here on the home front.
Now this varies quite a bit from traditional mobile food. We're talking about the old-fashioned French fry truck, maybe the ice cream truck. How is gourmet making it different?
Gourmet makes a world of difference, and that's what's put the unique and modern twist on it. We're talking about fresh local ingredients, supporting local farmers. Cupcakes are baked fresh every day, and the flavors are not your standard flavors. They are gourmet.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what makes a gourmet cupcake a gourmet cupcake.
Right. I think definitely, like I said, fresh local ingredients, quality in your product, and baked fresh every single day. We have a variety of cupcakes here. We've got our caramel chew cupcake, our banana chocolate, we've got our classic cupcake with a pink top, and our strawberry shortcake. So these are out of the ordinary from your everyday.
Now, your flavors vary quite widely, and you'll carry different flavors on different days. At any given time, how many do you have on the truck?
We have 25 curbside flavors, but over 60 on our large menu. But on the truck, we have 4 to 6 a day, ends up being about 6. So it's a great variety for people to choose from.
So your day starts really, really early,
Yes.
baking all of these fresh.
Yes, it does. Quite an early morning, 3 or 4 o'clock, baked fresh every day. Then we're on the road serving Hamiltonians wonderful gourmet cupcakes.
So obviously this must be a labor of love for you.
Yes.
What inspired the business, and where did this begin for you?
Well, baking has been a part of my life since I was, young, 3 years old. I've grown up baking, had a passion for it. So after my academic career in 2009, you're left with the big decision of what you want to do.
What do you do?
What do you want to do? So this passion has never left my side. And I have a love for gourmet food trucks, so I thought, what a perfect combination. We'll do a gourmet cupcake truck.
Let's talk about the truck itself.
yeah.
It's really something, and I understand that you were really key in the design of the truck.
Yes, this was quite a significant hunt for this truck. I wanted something small that I could stand up in that would give you that cute diner feel.
Yeah.
So I think we've definitely achieved that. And with the logo and design, I want it to be a very personable experience when people come to the truck, for people to relate me with the truck, and I think it's being perceived quite well.
It's absolutely beautiful and
Thank you.
certainly distinctive. You can look for it everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your service area.
Sure.
So you're based in Hamilton, and we can find you all over the Hamilton area.
You got it. That's the beauty of being curbside. So this pink cupcake truck will cruise around Hamilton, Dundas, and Ancaster, and we're starting to creep into Stony Creek as well, and we serve cupcakes curbside. As well, we have a storefront opening at the Hamilton Farmers Market, and there we'll have not only cupcakes, but whoopie pies and pocket pies and a whole bunch of other wonderful things.
As well as the curbside service, you also offer catering for special events as well.
Exactly. So you can have this truck come to your event, whether it be corporate, fundraiser event, or personal events. Or if you don't want the truck there, you can we can deliver cupcakes, and as well weddings, of course.
Of course,
Yes.
naturally.
Yes.
Being curbside, being mobile, you're all over the area. Social media has played a really important role in how you get your business out there and how you connect with your customers. Tell us about that.
You got it. Social media is the key. Through Facebook and Twitter, we give constant updates on where the truck is, how long we're going to be there, and where we're headed next. As well, we give constant updates of what flavors we have on board. So we always like to stay connected with people within the community. We take requests and really listen to what the people want. That's what it's all about.
So that offers a really unique perspective from a business perspective, in that people can interact with you directly through social media, Facebook and Twitter, tweet right back at you. Just had a cupcake from Natalie.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
You got it, and to me, that's part of being a very personable experience. It's not just about the cupcakes, but it's about your experience coming to Cupcake Diner, and people have been giving me a wonderful response so far, that they're having fun with it, and there's nothing more than I could ask for.
Hamilton has definitely embraced you with open arms.
Yeah.
We saw you on the front cover of the Hamilton Spectator in the spring. Tell us about the response from the community in general.
It has been wonderful. This city, I think, is very excited to be showing that Hamilton is a progressive city, willing to partake in the movement of gourmet food trucks. So yes, we've definitely had a wonderful response from the city of Hamilton, and we're grateful for it.
Absolutely. Back to the cupcakes.
Sure.
Of course, this is the staple of the business.
Yep.
You've got all sorts of different flavors, over 60, as you said.
Yes.
Do you have maybe a top 5 favorites that are number 1 in your heart?
That's a hard question. Definitely the red velvet is just on the map. Red velvet is key. Caramel apple pie is another favorite with the fruit and the cupcakes. It's super hard to say.
I bet.
It's so hard to say. It really depends on the person. And this last couple weeks, I've noticed the cookie dough has been a favorite too.
What inspires your flavors? How do you see something and say that would make a great cupcake?
Yeah, I think it is just experience and my love of food. I've been fortunate to travel many places over the world, and when I actually was launching Cupcake Diner before we came on the road, I did a trip to New York City, one of my favorite cities in the world, and I ate cupcakes for a week and explored and just got some creative juices flowing, and we ended up with a menu of over 60 flavors. And
Amazing.
It's just awesome.
Cupcakes are certainly something that have been trending,
Yeah.
I'd say almost worldwide.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about this little package that really speaks to people and has been such a huge demand in the area?
Well, I think it's a few things. First, I have to say it's what I call the fun factor.
Yeah.
They're fun, and you can have them any time of the day, whether it be a morning, for after lunch, or an evening snack, anytime. But also, I think it's the variety. You can do so many things with cupcakes, and it's just a small treat to sweeten up your day. So, like I always say, let the diner sweeten up your day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're cruising around downtown Hamilton, and I'm sure you get a big response from the office crowd, finding an excuse to go out and run out to the truck.
Yeah, we sure do. As we pull up, we've got people, flagging us down, and our long lineup starts, and we get through everybody quite quickly to move on to the next stop. So the excitement in Hamiltonians is just exactly what I was hoping for.
A business like this obviously takes a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, a lot of hard work on your part. Have you done it all on your own, or do you get help with this as well?
You know what? Luckily I have a very supportive family and friends. My fiance and my parents have been wonderful. But yes, it's been mainly me for the last several months working towards launching Cupcake Diner. But I have a wonderful team of people behind me, and I'm very fortunate for that.
Natalie, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
bringing your beautiful Cupcake Diner right to us at TERRA. I'm looking forward to trying some of these gourmet flavors. Any last parting words? Where are you looking forward to hanging out most this summer?
Well, Hamilton, Dundas, Ancaster, and Stony Creek. We're also going to be at some festivals and fairs as well this summer, so you can check it out on our Facebook and Twitter page. Be sure to follow us, and really just thank you to the community. It's been a wonderful launching, and I look forward to all that has to come for gourmet food trucks in the area.
Absolutely. Thanks so much,
Thank
Natalie.
you for having us. Thank you.
Coming up next, more from TERRA at Home.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home, where we're now in the kitchen with our chef, Rachel Johnstone. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Kris.
It's summer. It's nice outside.
Gorgeous.
So this time of year, we want to spend as much time outside as possible, and we've been talking about ways to enjoy ourselves for the new upcoming season. And what better way than to pack a picnic lunch?
Yes, that's a great idea.
So this morning we'll discover a few great sandwich ideas that you've got, and ways to take them on the go on your adventures as you are out and about this summer.
Yeah, so we've got 2 different kinds of sandwiches that we're going to make today, and pasta salad that you can take along with you.
Perfect. Sounds great.
I decided to use some baguettes. So this is a ciabatta baguette, very Italian. So our first sandwich is kind of an Italian theme. I'll call it a caprese salad.
Okay.
So we have our classic buffalo mozzarella, which is fresh mozzarella, okay? And some tomatoes, a little bit of pesto, and some fresh basil, and great great fresh summertime sandwich.
Wonderful.
So I've already cut the baguette to make it easier. I find it easy to do on baguettes because you can put all your ingredients right in and then cut it up into, you know, the size that you like, as opposed to getting individual buns, but whatever works best for you. So this is a fresh ball of mozzarella you can get at any of your grocery stores, and usually comes in a bag. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut it into thin slices. Doesn't have a whole, lot of flavor, so you want to remember to put your salt and pepper on top, which we'll do. But it's beautiful cheese.
It's nice and soft and creamy. It looks wonderful.
I think not a lot of people know about fresh mozzarella. So used to going in the grocery store and just seeing the regular mozzarella. So this is a nice alternative.
From your perspective, Rachel, does it make a big difference with flavor, the freshness of the cheese and which mozzarella you choose?
Yes, most definitely, I think. In this situation and this combination of flavors, I think the fresh works much better than just the regular mozzarella that you would buy.
So we're taking a summer classic salad, the caprese salad, and basically turning it into a sandwich on some wonderful crusty Italian bread, and it's going to be delicious. What's in your pesto?
So the pesto is very simple to make, just some fresh basil leaves, Parmesan cheese, oil, salt and pepper. Easy. So you can make that, in batches ahead of time, freeze it, pull it out of the freezer whenever you're ready to use it. Makes a great condiment for a sandwich. I mean, we've talked about pesto before too. You can use it pretty much on anything, right?
Well, and in this instance, it acts as sort of your hold together condiment, where it's going to be the glue on the bottom of the bread that sort of keeps everything together.
Exactly. Instead of, butter or mayonnaise, this is what we're going to use. So it'll be good. Lots of basil here in this sandwich, but nothing better than fresh basil in the summer, I think.
Definitely, and if you've got it growing in your garden, so much the better.
Exactly. So I've pre-cut my tomatoes. This is just 2 Roma tomatoes that I have. It's a little bit of prep work, but when you're putting it together, it'll take no time. A little one on the end.
Lovely.
You can grab me some basil if you don't mind getting some fresh leaves out. So you also want to remember your food safety when you're having picnics, right? In terms of how you're transporting your food, and if you're serving hot food or cold food, and you want to keep them that way. So if you do have hot food, I think the best thing to do is prepare it right before you're about to leave.
Yeah.
Wrap it in some tin foil to keep it that way. Cold food, maybe put it in a cooler with some ice or ice packs. Just want to remember your food safety.
Definitely, especially, well, we want these beautiful fresh ingredients of fresh cheese and all of that stuff, but I mean, they only stay fresh if we keep them that way, and we want them to taste as perfect as possible.
Exactly.
So you've got a nice sprinkling of salt and pepper.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll put the fresh basil leaves on, and that's about it for this sandwich. We can put a little bit of the pesto on there if we want to on the other side. You can drizzle it with some olive oil if you'd like as well.
Yeah.
But that's it for the first one, so we can cut that up later. I can smell that basil. It's so nice.
The aroma is wonderful.
Okay, for our next sandwich, let's put the rest of these on. It's going to be a turkey brie and pear, which is one of my favorite combinations. There we go, that looks great.
It does look great.
Okay, we can put this aside. Thank you. Again, another baguette. This is just a French baguette that I've cut already. For this one, sticking with the pesto that we have in the fridge, mixed with a bit of mayonnaise, and that's going to be our base.
Okay.
So, about equal quantities, like a tablespoon of each, or whatever you may need.
So this is a nice way to take a singular sandwich flavor and sort of carry it over in a different way, where we've got a very different sandwich, but there's a combining element that will tie the two together, so you've got a nice variety.
Exactly. Okay, so this looks good. You want to spread this all across? I just have some deli turkey here.
Okay.
Sometimes I will actually buy a fresh breast of turkey, cook it in the oven, and slice it myself. The ease of the deli turkey is nice when you're packing a picnic, though. So we'll just arrange. I've sliced each one in half as well, just to make it, easier to put right on the baguette. And then we have some nice fresh pear that I've sliced up as thin as I can.
And that's a really lovely combination, turkey and pear, where you've got a mixture between sweet and savory. And of course, pear and brie is a classic combination. It just makes sense for it to go together with our sandwich.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites that I make at home. So I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. There we go. And it's nice, these sandwiches are very flavorful, but there's not a lot of ingredients to them.
Yeah.
Right? It's still quite simple.
What's nice is if you were out on the go and wanted to stop at the market or the grocery store, you could actually assemble these on the go as well. As you said, with a handful of simple ingredients, you can make something quite sensational in not a lot of time.
Exactly. So the pear there, put lots on there, and then I just buy a round of brie usually.
Yeah.
I find that the easiest to get nice even slices, and we'll just layer that on as well. Yeah, so I mean, sandwiches are a great idea when you're going on a picnic because they're simple, they're fun. You can really do a lot with them.
Yeah.
Depending on what ingredients you like and what you have in your fridge. You know, fruit's also a nice thing to take on a nice hot summer day for a picnic.
And of course, no picnic is complete without the salad to go with it. So coming up after the break, we'll put together a sensational pasta salad. Stay with us.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.
Welcome back to TERRA at Home, where we're creating a perfect picnic lunch. Chef Rachel has already created 2 sensational sandwiches there, and now we're completing the lunch with a simple salad.
Yeah, this is a macaroni salad, one that I grew up with. My mom used to always make this. So it has macaroni pasta. It takes about 10 minutes to cook.
Yeah.
Drain it. We have a canned tuna.
Yep.
So flaked tuna that goes in there. It's a great combination. And then I've just cut up some veggies here. So peppers, celery, green onion, red onion. Get a variety of colors in there. And then it's just going to be mixed with some mayonnaise and a little bit of Dijon mustard.
Perfect.
So
delicious does not need to be complicated.
No.
But I do like that we're focusing on a mixture of colors because that's what's going to make a salad look that much nicer for summer and for the picnic.
It is important when you're making things, right? Because you know, it could taste wonderful, but it needs to be visually appealing for someone to even want to try to taste it.
Definitely.
Right? So we'll mix the mayonnaise with the mustard there. I think that we should mix some with the tuna first, just because it can be a little dry on its own. And then you can start putting the ingredients right into the salad if you'd like. And we'll mix it all up together.
So we're going with nice diced yellow bell pepper.
I'm going to add the tuna in.
We've got finely chopped celery, some green onion,
Beautiful.
and of course red onion for that little splash of summer color.
Thank you. And we're going to need a little bit more of this just to make sure it's all coated. We'll give it a nice toss, and it'll be a great accompaniment for our sandwiches.
Sounds great.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. So this is one salad that you would want to keep cool on your way to your picnic.
Definitely.
With the mayonnaise and the tuna in there. But there we go. A little bit of salt and pepper, and we're all ready to go.
Nothing to it. We're ready for our picnic. Of course, as always, you can find this and all of Chef Rachel's recipes online at terragreenhouses.com. And I'd say we're just about ready to go.
Yeah, we'll cut into these sandwiches and see what they look like inside.
I can't wait to eat. Join us next week for more great ideas and getting ready for summer right here on TERRA at Home.
Come and explore the new TERRA, where color lives.